Welcome to the deep dive.
Great to be diving in.
Today, we're journeying into, well, one of the most profound texts out there, the Bhagavad Gita.
Indeed. A cornerstone.
And we're focusing this deep dive specifically on its very first chapter. It's known as Arjuna Vishada Yoga.
Which translates roughly to the Yoga of Arjuna's Anguish. A powerful title.
It really is. Our source material for this will be some key excerpts that really unpack this foundational moment. So our mission really is to explore that deep emotional, psychological landscape Arjuna finds himself in right there on the battlefield.
Yeah.
And to understand why this moment of, well, intense personal conflict isn't just a starting point for the story.
No, not at all.
But it's actually the essential doorway to the entire philosophical journey of the Gita.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
What's so key here is that the real teaching, doesn't kick off with big answers or doctrines.
Right.
It starts with a question, a crisis,
Yeah.
a moment of just raw, universal human vulnerability. That's what sets the stage.
Okay, so let's paint that picture. The scene itself is just incredibly dramatic. You've got the battlefield of Kurukshetra.
A vast plain.
And it's more than just a place, isn't it? It feels like a stage for these huge moral existential questions.
Absolutely. It's symbolic.
Yeah.
And standing there, ready for war, are these two massive armies, the Pandavas and the Kauravas.
And it's crucial to remember, like you said, these aren't just random enemies.
No, far from it. They're family, cousins, locked in this just devastating civil conflict. And that external conflict, as we'll see, perfectly mirrors the internal one brewing inside Arjuna.
And right at the center of all this is Arjuna. He's not just any warrior.
No, he's legendary, the greatest archer of his time, renowned for his skill and, his focus.
So you'd think, okay, here's this incredible warrior, totally prepared. What is it about this moment on this battlefield that just shakes him like nothing else?
Well, it starts with a request he makes. Seems simple enough on the surface. He asks his charioteer, Krishna.
Who is, of course, much more than just a charioteer.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But in this moment, he's driving the chariot. Arjuna asks him to drive the chariot right out.
Yeah.
Position it precisely between the two armies.
Okay, and the stated reason?
The stated reason is basically, I want to see who I'm up against, who I have to fight.
Makes sense from a warrior's perspective.
It does. But this very act, moving to that specific vantage point, becomes the trigger for his entire crisis. Because he's not just seeing opposing soldiers.
He's seeing something much more personal.
Yeah.
So he gets there, chariot stops right between these massive forces. What does he actually see? What hits him so hard?
It's devastating. He looks out, and there they are. His own relatives, uncles, granduncles, cousins.
Oh, wow.
His teachers, his revered gurus, people he deeply respects, and his friends, childhood friends, arrayed on both sides, ready to kill and be killed.
You can just imagine the shock.
The impact is immediate. It's visceral. The text says his heart is just overwhelmed with sorrow, compassion, but also deep, deep anguish.
And that's the thing, isn't it? It's such a raw human reaction. Fear, sorrow, doubt, faced with a choice that feels completely impossible. It kind of shatters that image of the always brave hero.
Exactly. It shows the hero's vulnerability.
So as this, tidal wave of realization hits him, what's going on inside? How does the text describe his state? Let's unpack that a bit.
Okay, yeah. His internal state is described as, well, a complete breakdown. It's physical as much as emotional.
Really? How so?
The descriptions are very vivid. His limbs tremble, his mouth goes dry, his body shakes. His famous bow, the Gandiva, literally slips from his grasp.
Wow. The symbol of his very identity as a warrior.
Precisely. And he just sinks down onto the seat of the chariot, overwhelmed by this profound grief and confusion.
Here's an incredible image.
And you see the conflict tearing him apart. On one side, there's his dharma, his duty as a kshatriya, a warrior.
Which is more than just a job description, right? It's like his fundamental purpose in the cosmic order.
Exactly. It's upholding righteousness. But on the other side, there's the unbearable thought, the immense pain of having to fight and kill his own kin, his own teachers, people he loves and reveres.
And this is where it gets really interesting, I think, because his crisis deepens beyond just personal pain. He starts questioning the whole point.
Yes. He starts questioning the very meaning of victory.
What's his argument there against fighting?
It's powerful. He basically asks Krishna, if winning this war means slaughtering my own people, destroying my own family, what good comes from that? What kind of victory is that?
It's a profound moral question.
It is, and he voices these deep fears. Yeah. He says, look, this kind of war, killing family members, It will destroy family traditions, ancient laws. It will lead to lawlessness, to adharma, to sin spreading everywhere. He sees it leading to the collapse of social order, corruption, women being dishonored, unwanted populations, just chaos.
So it's not just, I don't want to do this, it's this entire act is fundamentally wrong and will lead to ruin.
Precisely. It's a complete ethical rejection of the war based on its foreseen consequences.
And he doesn't just voice doubts, he makes a decision.
He does, unequivocally. He turns to Krishna and says it plainly. Govinda, I will not fight.
Just lays it down.
Lays down his bow and arrows, sits down again in the chariot, completely overcome by grief. He refuses to proceed. In that moment, he's just done, defeated by the dilemma itself.
So this is how the Bhagavad Gita actually begins. Not with a charge, not with heroic action, but with this complete internal collapse. What does this all mean? Why is this moment, this anguish in chapter 1, so absolutely critical for everything that follows?
It's everything. This moment of Arjuna's sorrow, his confusion, his utter despair, it isn't just preamble. It's the absolute essential turning point. It's the starting block from which the entire teaching of the Gita sprints.
How so?
Because it's Arjuna's vulnerability, his admission of weakness, his explicit plea for guidance, tell me what is right. Essentially, that opens the door. It creates the space for Krishna's wisdom to actually enter. If Arjuna hadn't reached this point of crisis, of needing help,
Teaching couldn't happen.
exactly, the dialogue wouldn't unfold. And there's a huge lesson in that for us, right? In our own lives, when we hit those moments of just overwhelming confusion or we face these impossible choices,
Yeah.
admitting we don't have the answers and actually seeking guidance, that isn't weakness. It's the crucial first step towards finding clarity and the right path forward.
It's striking, isn't it, that the Gita starts here. It doesn't begin with commandments from on high. It begins with human messiness.
Utterly.
Fear, confusion, paralysis. It feels like it's validating that very human starting point for seeking deeper understanding. It really mirrors our own lives when you think about it. Big decisions, big changes, they're often preceded by exactly this kind of turmoil.
Absolutely. The text meets us right there, in that place of deep uncertainty, that crossroads.
So this deep dive into chapter 1 really highlights that power and vulnerability, doesn't it? And the sheer necessity of looking for guidance when we're just lost. It's a powerful and honestly a very relatable way to begin such a timeless text.
It truly is. And maybe, as you listening reflect on this, think about a time in your own experience, a time when maybe deep confusion or a really tough decision pushed you to seek guidance, perhaps from an unexpected place, and how that moment, that act of seeking, maybe shaped your path forward in ways you didn't foresee.
That's a fantastic point to ponder, a timeless insight for sure. Definitely join us for our next deep dive. We'll be exploring the huge question: what is Krishna's response? How does he react to Arjuna's anguish?
And what incredible teachings start to unfold from this pivotal moment.
Exactly. Stay tuned for more timeless insights from the deep dive.